Hi, this is Outland Entertainment, and we are at Planet Comicon 2021. I am here with Michael Rookard, one of our artists for upcoming project Galefire. So Michael, how about you tell us a little bit about how you got into art, just in general?
Oh, well, I mean, that's quite a question. I've been doing art since I was just like a kid watching anime on Saturday morning. So I've been doing it for quite a long time.
Yeah.
I went to school for graphic design, and that hasn't been super helpful making comics, but it did help with typesetting and stuff. I learned how to do all that. So that was the useful part.
Great. And then you and I have talked before, so some of my questions are going to pull from those. But you've talked about other projects before Galefire that you've worked on, and they kind of didn't go anywhere. So what makes Galefire different? Like, how did you get Galefire to actually come about?
Well, I wouldn't say they didn't go anywhere, because they were all part of the building process of getting to this point to make like a world that, you know, I was enjoying writing in and making art in, and getting it to the level that I thought was acceptable for myself to finish out, you know, this whole first book. And now, you know, I'm on to the next book, and it's all ready to go, and I'm, you know, working on it right now.
Great. So I have in my hand our newly printed.
It looks great.
Preview.
Looks really good.
Of Galefire. And you saw this for the first time last night when we had kind of an Outland summit with a bunch of our creators and staff.
I did.
Do you want to kind of share with us how you felt when you first looked at it?
I mean, it was a pretty amazing feeling holding it and seeing it for the first time in print, because I had never really had any plans for it to be a printed book. You know, I was like, well, I'll just, you know, make it so people can read it on their iPad or whatever. And but man, it's super different when you actually have it in print. It looks way better, and you know, Outland did a great job getting it printed up and getting it ready for this event. So
yeah, so these are free previews that we are giving out, and I want to point out, so first of all, like, meeting with him last night and talking to him about this was fun, because he wasn't giggling, but I could tell, like, inside he was giggling. So he was just awestruck, just kind of staring at it.
I definitely was.
Yeah, and you mentioned that it looks as good in print as it does on the screen, and that really surprised you.
I didn't think it would turn out that well, but it really does look really fantastic, from, like, you know, what I'm working on at home to what it translated into on the print.
So I've got one of your, is it called a rendering? Drawing?
It's a drawing.
Drawing. I've got one of your drawings, and this is a page in it. So I imagine, because I'm empathetic like that, you sketching your blue lines. What are those called? I'm sorry, I don't do comics.
Well, I just call them my blue lines.
Okay, good. So I imagine you doing your blue lines, your preliminary lines, and then making them more solid, and then transferring them to digital and coloring in them. Is that your process?
So what I did for this specific page is I sketched it in the computer. I printed it out on that paper, and then I drew on it with pencil and scanned it back in the computer and cleaned it up so the line art looked real nice. And then I did my coloring process, and you can see that in the book. I don't know if you can find the page, but it's before that. There it is, right there.
So this is the printed out and then penciled in rendering. Hopefully they can see it.
Hope so.
And then this is the full color print.
Turned out pretty good. Yeah.
So just follow along with us as we imagine Michael drawing and then coloring and seeing it on the screen and then seeing it in print for the first time and all that giddiness.
Doing all the letters and all that madness. That page took a long time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's cool. So, I mean, yeah, it's cool. So tell us about the World of Galefire, what it is, where it's going.
So Galefire is a fantasy science fiction setting where you follow Captain Slade and his crew as they go on adventures and track down bounties, and that's pretty much what the first issue is their first bounty of the day, and it's a high fantasy kind of world. I mean, it's like a crazy sci-fi fantasy setting. I don't know if I should go into the world in this, but I mean, it's supposed to be like a big fun mashup of like all the things that I really enjoy. You know, there's airships and robots and swords that cut through giant monsters, lots of those demons. You know, I was watching, you know, or reading, and like I was saying to myself, I could probably do something like this. I can make something like this, and so, you know, I decided to do that, and
so this is a preview comic story, but what is it a preview to?
So it's a preview for a longer graphic novel that kind of sets up the world for the 5th edition supplement we're making for D&D, so you can play in this world and you can fly yourself an airship and be a sky pirate as well.
Yeah, and that is one of the most exciting things about it for me. When you mentioned airships and you could, you know, have your own airship, I was like, oh, I want to play that for sure.
Yes.
So Outland Entertainment, our specialty is creating worlds of transmedia, and in some we've got novels, and some we've got comics, and some we have both, and some we have RPGs, some we have board games, some we have anthologies of short stories. Like, we have all kinds of media that we're incorporating into it. And so you've got a comic and an RPG planned out.
Yes.
Are there any other things that we're speculating about for the Galefire world?
Nothing yet. I mean, I have so many ideas written down for I could go forever. I could write this for a very long time.
Yeah.
Let's just say that. Other than that, I'm not sure yet.
Okay. Well, thank you very much for taking the time out to interview with me.
Yes, thank
anything
you.
else that you want to mention about it that maybe we didn't talk about?
I hope I have it done by next February.
Next February.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. So be on the lookout. Sign up for all the social media. Go to our website. Sign up for a newsletter.
I think you can download it for free on the website.
Okay, the preview for free.
Yeah.
And then, and I think we have a Kickstarter link already set up
that's
follow.
to the 5th edition RPG.
Oh, to the RPG. Okay.
I'm not sure how far along that is yet, but...
Okay, and we should have a page for the comic, I think, too.
I think so.
Set up. So, okay. Well, thank you very much.
All right, thank you.